believe in happily ever after? Did you ever hear that? And everybody wants to believe in that happily ever after. After what? Question rises, after what? After they kissed or after they broke up? If you're a single mother or single parent or single person, maybe that is happily ever after becoming a single. Happily ever after, and for me, it kind of questions after what? Do you believe in that? Because when I was single and becoming, after marriage, becoming single mother, I always was wondering, so where's that dream what I was having when I got married? That's it. I'm done for looking, for searching, for kind of thinking. That's about it. But actually, you know, pretty much boring if I would, like, I'm not saying if I would stay with the same person, but when I think if he not would be that the right person, my life would be, not happily ever after, definitely. But it's a question always rising, happily ever after, and the question what? May I actually become a lot more happier when I separated, got divorced. Yes, I become a single mom. Yes, I become very, very like person who have no where to live, kind of say, because I run away from my abusive husband. So I need to run for safety. So, and then I become not only caring about me, but actually caring about my child as well. But why did I make this decision? That's another question. But today, what I want to ask you, do you believe in this happily ever after? And why do we always thinking what only marriage or only to finding that man or woman, that's about it? It's like finishes. But that's actually only starting. That's actually only starting, you know, looking and really understanding each other, but actually understanding yourself. And that's why I really want to run from my like marriage life, because I didn't felt happy and I felt trapped more than I happily ever after, what I kind of supposed to when all fairy tales was telling me. And the point is, why do we listen this fairy tales? And why do we think when we get married, that's it, it's something becomes amazing? But what I lived, and then I divorced, and then I met someone, got engaged, being together for 6 years. Then again, I separated. And then again, something comes in your love life, and then not, and then in, then not. I actually notice what it's never really is that when you're being with a person that happily ever after. I think it should be happily ever after you starting growing. Happily ever after you become a single, that's another new life kind of moment. What you have to see, how can I find happiness in that? How can I find happiness in being single mother? And how can I find happiness in being married mother? Like, I don't really believe this kind of saying only that's it, only after marriage or only after something. Like, we're thinking what someone will make us happy because we become like someone's wife or someone's girlfriend or so, I actually wanted to say, can you be happily ever after separation, after divorce, after leaving and letting behind that what you thought that's it? Because when I got married, I didn't think what, I will have to go again through all this kind of stuff later. I thought that's it, you know, starting my peaceful life. Oh my God, how I was wrong. And actually, the churchman, the priest in the church, before we came, you need to talk with the priest and all that. And he actually did ask me, he said, do you know you not will be kind of really like able to be divorced, because when God's puts together, then that's it. And that actually gave me a little freeze and cold and shivers and goosebumps. And that's actually was my body and my soul was saying, don't go there. But did I listen? No. But I did learn. And who knows, will I repeat that again? We never know, because our body, our soul needs experiences, and that's okay. Because love is need experiences. Love needs, ups and downs, and that's okay. So let's don't stop believing in love. Like, let's not let anybody else who comes in our life to stop us from believing in love. And first, love in yourself. So I would want to say that let's believe in happily ever after, getting married with myself. Let's get married with myself. And actually, that's very funny. Oh, but when I was a child, about 5, 6 years old, I actually wanted to get married with my dad. And like I did say next to my mom, I said, when I get married, I will get married with my dad. And of course, my dad would say, so what we will do with mom? And I was like, what's wrong? She can stay. Why she have to go somewhere? Child, don't understand. But then later, when my dad commit suicide and become in different life, kind of say, in different teaching, then I said, you know what, when I get married, I will get married only with myself. And actually, that was very, very amazing. Like, why would you get married on your own with yourself? I didn't know where did I take that from. But actually, in one retreat, when we actually came back to ourselves and came back to all, I felt like I came back, remarried myself first. It's very weird, it's very strange, but actually, it's so powerful. When you're starting loving that person who you are more, and only that person for the beginning, when you can let her grow, or him, the soul needs to connect with you, and you kind of starting caring like for that person what you would love if you get married. Like, we giving away so much for other people, like, parents and kids our own, and then husbands or wives or whatever, and we give away a lot for others, and then we have no time for ourselves. And that's nothing wrong, but it's actually unfair on that person, what is called you. That person in the mirror. And I'm not talking about, oh, I go to massage, I do for my facial, I do hairdressing. Yes, that's a little bit. But how much do we love ourselves, and marrying yourself kind of really with you? And actually, when we done this beautiful kind of ceremony, and I thought, gee, I definitely knew in the child, innocent mind, what first I have to love me and marry me first. And actually, I just talking now, and I just remember that. But it was really, really kind of making understand myself. But everything starts from me. I make better decisions when I'm all in control and stable. Actually, my first marriage, like I call it first because that's the only marriage, but I'm getting ready for another marriage. But that kind of felt I wouldn't be pushed in anything. And even church man, the priest, he seen it, like he was 90 years old, something. He was very old. And I actually find nice and kind of comforting with someone so, you know, person who's so many years marrying us. But actually, he knew it, he seen it straight away, they will not be together. But I was pushed in that because I didn't really want to get married that time yet. Everybody was talking about, oh, you are 25, and then 26, as all my friends was already married. So if you feel any pressure, and if you do, just write it down. Yes, I do feel a pressure from others, because society pushing us into do things what we all supposed to do. And I'm not saying about the clock ticking. It is ticking. It's normal and nothing we can do about that. Of course, we can play with this a little bit to kind of keep alive and with the clock, but at the same time, for women is different timing. But if I would not get married that time, I would probably do it better choice, because I would probably understand me first. I think. I don't know. I don't say I done it wrong. That was time and I done it and I learned my lessons. That's all good. But I know now nobody would push me in to do something. I know what I want, what I know, and how and why and where. Like nobody could push me in anything. And I actually, know what I want. At that time, I was a little bit naive, as we all are, as when we being young. So today is my biggest thing. Do you believe in happily ever after? And after what? After separating, after coming back to yourself, after being on your own, after starting looking for new love, after believing love, after love. So many words in there. We can add it on, put it on, join it, and finish that sentence. So if you could finish that sentence, what would you like to say? Happily ever after, and finish that sentence, because I think we can play a new game. Happily ever after what? People mostly saying after marriage, but like I said, I find bigger happiness when I become single, because I wanted to leave with my ex, but actually I wanted to believe in love again. So happily ever after, I could say after I learned my lesson, and now I know better what suits me. And now I know what I want, and I don't need to be pushed in any relationship before I make decisions myself. So write it down in comments. What would you say? Happily ever after. And do you believe in that? Loads of love. Never stop believing in love. Love is everything. Love is power. You came from love. You are love. And we all go back to love. Talk to you tomorrow, the same time.